The way to develop willpower is to
can practice to be able to build their. What are some exercises that
What are some exercises that you are watching or listening
people who are watching or listening can practice
can practice
to be able to build
to be able to build
their
willpower?
their willpower?
Scientifically proven technique to increase willpower.
So one simple technique
technique that my guru taught me in the monastery.
The way to develop
willpower
is to finish
what you begin.
It's really easy to start something.
It's really easy to start something.
But to finish something takes tremendous amount of work, right? At the start, everybody's inspired. They are full of enthusiasm and energy. Because they are motivated. They're motivated, right? They motivate to something new, inspiring, and then halfway through the project, everybody look at each other, go to, right? And then people just abandon it, go start something new. When you finish what you begin, you actually it requires tremendous amount of work. So the way I develop my bicep is I use my bicep to lift weight, to develop more wise. I use my bicep to develop myself. The way you develop willpower, to use your mental muscle, to develop more muscle. So every time you finish what you begin, you actually develop it in willpower. So for me, the way I develop willpower, so I look at my average day and I go, what are the opportunities in my day that I can use to develop willpower? One simple thing that I talk about quite often is every day I sleep. Right, it's a reoccurring event. I never go a day without sleeping. Right. Right. So every day I sleep. So before I sleep, I floss. I brush my teeth on my pajamas, then go to sleep. How do I finish the process? Asleep, I make the bed in the morning. So every day I wake up in the morning. I make the bed. There's not a single day that I haven't made the bed in the last 25 years. Alright, I say every day I wake up, I finish. So when I make the bed, I finish what I begin and developing willpower. So now most people look at mundane things throughout the day. I like making the bed is going like.
some mundane tasks. Why should I waste time on it?
Oh, that's a mundane task. Why should I waste time or energy?
Whereas in the monastery,
Whereas in the monastery,
we were trained
that
the simple tasks throughout
all the simple tasks throughout the day from
making the bed,
from making the bed
putting away
to putting away
your cups of water,
your clothes, washing your breakfast,
dish
in the morning, and
you come into the house
and you take
shoes off instead
your shoe off.
keeping it to the
Instead of kicking it to
side, you can put
the side, you can
takes
put
an extra
in. Takes an extra 5 seconds. But you're finishing the process of coming home.
And all those things are
And all those things are
little acts
to develop willpower. Acts to develop willpower.
Imagine if you're taking
Imagine if you're taking
a pebble
and
putting it in a jar
putting it in a jar every time.
2 weeks later,
2 weeks later,
the jar will be
the jar will be
filled
filled with.
So I look at the task
So I look at the tasks throughout the day.
Finishing
those
tasks as of
tasks and opportunities to develop willpower.
and after a month,
And after a month,
I
I developed
tremendous amount.
tremendous amount of willpower.
Now I can use that
Now I can use that willpower
and direct it with
and direct it with my
align
align it with my passion
to create discipline
to create this discipline
in my life, so that I can enjoy
what I love more.
Because how you do anything
Because how you do anything
how you're trained
is how you're training yourself
to do everything.
to do everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's
about
creating
rituals throughout the day.
People don't realize that.
And people don't realize.
Right, so the whole
That's right. So the whole
monastery,
the life
in the monastery
in the monastery
was filled
with
rituals.
rituals.
Everything we did
The whole day.
by looking
at a monk.
You could tell what
Time of day was.
he knew what he was doing.
Because you knew what he was doing.
Right. So I structured my life.
So I've structured my life now to create as many rituals as possible throughout the day.
And I'm even training my
10-month-old daughter the same way.
She sleeps
she sleeps
at a certain time.
as at a certain time.
She eats at a certain
She is at a
time. We
certain
take her for a
time.
walk.
We take her for the work. We take her for work
At 5 o'clock
at 5 o'clock
in the evening.
in the evening every day.
At 5 p.m.
At 5 p.m. At
She
5
bathes
p.m. she pays
at a certain time.
at a certain time. She pays at a certain time
Just to train
just to train
the rituals.
rituals.
And rituals
And rituals
shape
shape
the subconscious
the
helps you to create
subconscious mind
those patterns.
might help you
Subconscious.
and the subconscious.
Okay, that's absolutely
Okay, that's absolutely
incredible. So,
incredible. So,
what would your message be?
what would your myself before
For everybody
everybody.
who's watching, if we're going to give
Who's watching is we're gonna give them a challenge.
a challenge,
A challenge.
I would say
I would say no.
no.
I would say you know.
Step one,
Step one,
would truly
truly
take time
take time
to
to
figure out what your passion in life.
what your passion
Because
in life is, because
that's really going
that's
to
really going to drive
drive
your ability
discipline your life.
and
describe your life.
one of the ways is
In one of the ways is
being just
by yourself.
Yes, and the simple,
Yes, and the simple,
thing
very simple thing to do
to do is wake up in the
is wake up in the morning,
morning, have a shower,
have a shower,
find a quiet
find quiet,
spot in
support in your
your apartment,
apartment or your home,
and sit down with yourself.
and sit down with yourself
5 minutes. No
for 5 minutes. Sit down yourself for 5 minutes.
music,
No music,
no books,
no books,
no podcast,
no podcast,
nothing.
nothing,
And just have a
and just have a
conversation. If I want to get
conversation. If I want to get
to know
to
Jim,
know
I might
Jim,
have a conversation
I might have a conversation with you.
with you. I need to
With you, I need to ask you
ask you
questions.
questions. Right? If I ask you what you ate yesterday,
If I ask you what you ate
I don't learn very
yesterday, I don't learn
much. But
very
I ask
much.
you why do you do what
But I ask you, why do you do what you do?
You tell me about
What
your
you
life,
do? Tell me about your life passion.
If I do that every
If I do that every week,
week, I'll really get
I'll really get to
to know you.
know
So have that
yourself.
same
Have that same conversation with yourself.
If you do that
If you do that
every day, I bet
every day, I bet you
You after
after a
a month
month or 3 months,
3 months, you'll
3
start
months,
to
you'll start
discover
to discover
what is truly
what is truly
important in your
important in your life.
and that's become
And that becomes your
It's your passion, which then you can
passion,
align
which then you can
your willpower
align your willpower
by finishing what you begin
by finishing what
every day.
you begin every day.
Pick one task.
Pick one task. If that's
Making your bed
if
in the morning.
making your bed in the
Like you
morning,
don't make the bed in the morning.
you don't make the bed in the morning.
Start making your
Start making your bed.
Bed every morning.
Making your
Wake up,
bed every morning. Wake up,
make your bed.
make a
wash the
bed,
dishes.
or wash the dishes,
Wash the dishes.
wash the dishes, and
And every time you
every time you
finish what you begin, don't
what you begin, don't
think
think
that you're making
that you are making the best
You
thing,
think that
the
you-
best thing,
developing your
that you are developing your
Your
power.
training.
your
Your training,
training.
your training
It's a training
is a training practice.
practice, right? So when I make the
Practice.
bed,
So when I make the bed,
I don't look at it
I don't look at it as
as I'm making
oh, I'm making the bed.
I look at it as I'm developing my willpower,
I look at
and that drives me
and that drives
to make the bed.
me to make the bed,
And the willpower
and that the willpower
I'm developing
I'm developing
here
here,
allows
I'm
me
developing here,
to spend
allows me to spend time
to discipline my
to discipline my life,
life, which allows me to
which allows
get
me to get
more what I love
more what I love in my life.
in my life.
Astonishing.
That's why I make the bed.
That's why I make the bed.
I think a large
I think a large
part of people
part of
who
people
are watching this
who watching this
right now, they believe
who watching this right now, they believe that
they haven't
they haven't
found their
found
purpose,
their purpose
or they
for.
think that there's just
They think that there's just one purpose
one purpose to their life.
to their life.
What you're feeling.
And way what you're feeling
About
about
purpose.
purpose.
Yeah, I feel like
Yeah, I'm feeling like a lot of people don't know their
don't know their
purpose
purpose because they've
because
never spent
they've never spent any time
any
trying to
time
find
trying
their
to find
purpose.
their purpose. And there's no structured
I know there are no structured
approach to it. And
approach to
and
purpose.
when you're growing up,
than when you're growing up.
Nobody tells you
Nobody tells you
in school that you need
and tell you in school that
a purpose in
you
life.
need a purpose in life.
But if you look at your
But if I look at
daily life,
your daily life,
your whole life
is driven by purpose.
by purpose.
By
People get in a
purpose.
car, what?
People get in a
Why? Because there's a
car.
purpose.
Why? Because
Purpose to drive,
there's the
to go to dinner,
to drive, to go to dinner,
drive to go to
drive to go to work.
work, right? You
Drive
take
to
a
go to work, you take a shower,
shower, there's a purpose.
there's a purpose.
You know, everything you
And you know everything you
do
do
throughout
throughout
the
the
day, all the
day,
mundane things.
all the mundane things is purpose
It's
driven.
purpose-driven, so why shouldn't
Driven,
life
so why shouldn't life have a purpose?
And most people don't,
And most people don't
What about
know
their purpose?
their purpose.
because they never spend time with themselves.
They never spend time with themselves.
And then I think people
And I know Jim people say to me,
say to me,
"Oh, I spend time with
"Oh, I
myself.
spend time with myself
I spend time with myself.
evening after
Every evening I walk my dog for half an hour.
walk for half an hour. That's my alone time."
That's my alone time.
And you're like, no, that's
Like, no, that's
walking
walking
your
your
dog.
dog.
And you know me, I
Walking your dog. And you know me.
love defining
I love defining
things.
things.
You know, people say, oh,
You know, people say,
I go for
"Oh, I go for a jog,
a jog in the park.
in the park, in the
That's my
park.
alone time.
That's my alone time.
No, that's a jog.
I can. Oh, that's my alone time. I can. Oh,
Jogging in the park.
that jogging
You
part.
can't
You can't
say
say
that's your alone
that's your alone time.
time. When I say
Your look when I say
hey, you want
you want to
to
find
your
your
purpose, you need to
purpose.
sit down.
You need to sit down.
No music,
No music,
no podcast,
no podcast,
no journals,
no journals, no
eyes
journals.
closed,
Eyes closed,
going internally
going internally
and having a
and having a dialogue with
myself.
yourself.
The way I can get to
The way I can get
know you
to know you is to
Is to
spend
spend time
time
with
with you.
right. We met every
We met every week,
every Friday
every Friday
for lunch for 2
for lunch for 2 hours.
After a year, we
After a year,
know each other really
we know each other
well.
Really
I know
well.
what makes you happy,
really well.
what makes you sad,
I know what makes,
what drives you.
what drives me, what
Doesn't
doesn't
drive
drive you.
Same way, how would you describe
Same way, how you
Nothing purpose by
discover
spending-
your purpose
spending
by
structured
spending structured time with yourself
yourself in introspection?
and integration.
And so we're talking about
And so we are talking about willpower.
willpower, we're talking about discipline.
Willpower, we are talking about discipline,
But underneath that-
discipline. But underneath that,
It's
it's
interesting because
interesting
I don't think a lot of people
because I don't think a lot of people
will relate that
I relate to
necessarily to love and
decide to learn and
self-awareness.
awareness,
But self-awareness
but self-awareness
is
in this
so important. It's a
is so
superpower
important.
that you can develop.
It's a
It totally is, and
It totally is. And
if you don't know
if you don't know
what you want,
then
you'll never be driven.
you'll never be driven.
that's why if you look
and that's why
And most people,
most people
they go from one
they go from one thing to
thing to
another.
another. They're driven by the
They are driven by the trends of
trends of society. Now,
society now.
this is popular
Now these
all
popular style are to eat
for a while.
for a while.
You know, maybe it's yoga,
You know,
then it's so.
You know, maybe I yoga, then it's so styling.
Cycling, and then
Cycling,
it's that.
and then it's this and then it's this, and it's that,
And people are just
and people are just going from.
If you look at the most
One thing that if one thing that if you look at the most successful people
in the world, they just do.
on the world, they just do one thing.
Right.
They play
Tennis,
tennis, or they
play football.
Football. You know, people,
Football. You know, like the people,
some women to the athlete
or someone to the
that I work with.
athletes. Athletes that I work.
You know, once
Once a soccer
player, and that
playing, and that's all he's done. All he's done ever since
he's played soccer.
he was a kid. He's played soccer.
And then do tennis. I mean, he might
Every day tennis,
play with his cousin.
he might play with his cousin.
On the weekend or something, you know. But that's all he does.
But that's all he does.
He just does
He just does one thing.
one thing, and that's why he excels.
And that's why he excels in it.